Hey guys, welcome to an order review right here on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Duval, and my buddy Dave Tripp. Our names they're blocked by the box sets.
Oh no.
Like our names are there, but they're blocked by the awesomeness that is the Neca San Diego Comic-Con 2016 exclusives. Oh.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video game figures.
Yes.
From the old 4-player arcade.
Yes. My toe, my toe. That was actually from the second one, but...
See, I didn't remember that, because I played the first one a lot. I didn't remember my toe,
my toe was from Turtles in Time.
See?
When they were on the surfboards in the sewers, you'd hit something, you go, my toe, my toe.
See?
Yeah. These box sets are wonderful. The fact that they were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives irritated a lot of collectors.
Wouldn't have got them otherwise.
Yes.
Playmates has a stranglehold on the turtles at retail.
Yes, and this is the only way NECA can release turtle figures is through convention exclusives. That's kind of what they hinted at anyway, is the fact that this
that's certainly how these got released.
Yes, this is true. And these are great box sets too. These were available at San Diego Comic-Con this past July.
You can pre-order them.
You can pre-order
because my secret source pre-ordered them.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's cool to reveal his name because, you know, once it gets out that people...
Yeah,
they're like, ah!
They've had a hookup. That's all that matters.
It's like a zombie movie. It's like, toys! And I'm very, very extremely appreciative of that.
David had a hookup.
I got a random text out of the blue, and I was very happy to get it.
The boxes for these are great because the front of the boxes basically are the side art for the game, for the arcade cabinet. But
for the foot one, there's like a little bloody foot, and there's the word foot.
Yes. So the two box sets are you're able to tell them apart on the outside. The backs are fun because the backs are and if you see the foot, like the regular turtle one, turn the regular turtle one back around. The regular turtle one like is normal, and then the foot one, everything is on fire.
Yes.
As the puppet would say, fire.
Yeah.
So the backs are really cool. The backs look like the turtle one looks like the player select screen, and all the turtles have lives, and then the villain one just shows all the villains, and then all the turtle selections up here are dead, like they're out of lives. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fascinating. It's kind of cool that they did that. But I love the front of this artwork is from the side art of the game. So for those of you who don't know, the arcade cabinet had art on the sides of the cabinet, and April and Shredder were both on like different sides of it, and the logo and stuff. The turtles were on the front, so it's kind of cool. The boxes actually open up here. There's Velcro, so the fronts flip down. So you get this window box. These amazing window boxes of all the villains and all four of the turtles.
I put the trays back in right side up.
And then the front of the inside cover of the flap actually shows the controls, like the arcade controls, which are kind of cool. So. Kind of neat, very cool sets from NECA. But again, the only way you could get these was from San Diego Comic-Con 2016. But with that in mind, what do you say we open these up? We'll take a look at all 8 of these characters and take a look at their accessories and just their utter awesomeness. All right, our 2 box sets out of the box. Our box set out of the box. Yeah, that's redundant. Our 2 sets of figures out of their boxes. That's better, right?
Sure.
The gang of 8 here have some really interesting accessories and weapons. We're going to move the foot soldiers aside for now and Shredder, and we'll talk about the turtles here. Their accessories. Let's talk about these turtle figures. Now, for anyone who missed the NECA Turtles when they released, in the middle of aughts.
Yeah.
I think it's been probably 7 or 8 years since they. I
think it's almost been a decade at least.
Yeah, I say it's been a while since the NECA Turtles came out. These figures, while the head sculpts are newly painted, I believe these might actually be new turtles because I think the other figures, the other turtles.
Well, the other turtles had the Eastman and Laird heads, so these are definitely new head sculpts.
Yes, but the bodies are pretty much the same.
I mean, I can't really compare.
It's hard to tell. We didn't actually compare these figures to the originals, but
yeah, and I have the knockoffs of the original, so which is one step.
Yes.
Even further apart.
Yes. The articulation on here, all the turtles have the same articulation. Which interesting about Raph.
I'm pretty sure they're the same body.
Yeah, I was moving Raph's legs, and both his legs moved together. And watch, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
whoop.
it's probably a function of the hip joint.
Yeah, but
they are. You can move them separately.
Yes, they do have a little bit of a ratchet in their hips. Here, we'll move Donnie here real quick. A little bit. You can feel it.
I don't know if it's a ratchet or it's just tight.
It might just be tight, but you can kind of feel it with Raph.
They have a cut joint right up at the top of the hip.
Yes.
So you can swing them.
So the
legs. Got a double jointed knee.
Yes, they do. What's great about the knee pad here is that it's only sculpted in the front, and in the back. Oops, Michelangelo falls over. In the back, there's no sculpt.
Bummer, dude.
There's no sculpt there, which is kind of cool. So that you don't have that rubber stopping your double knee joints there. It does bend properly. The feet, of course,
either on they have the what do they call those
rocker joints. Yep, and the swivel there they can move. Of course, no waist articulation on the turtles.
No.
The heads here are on ball joints, as well as can move. Oops, God, I'm just knocking everybody over. Just move Donatello out of the way. Can move pretty easily there, up and down, left and right, and can look.
Looks like the bandana is. I think it's just a separate piece, but
yes.
it acts as a piece of articulation.
You can swivel the bandana so it can, like if they're jumping down, the bandanas would be up, and the belts here are they're connected, but it does seem like they are a separate
they're
piece.
They're a separate piece, but they might be glued on.
Shoulders here, we've got
the shoulders are the one area that they're a little like extending them out, the arms out. They're a little tight.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can do it, but especially Neca has a little bit of a reputation because you told me to take the hairdryer to these guys before we film.
Yes.
So might want to be careful. That's the one joint that I've been a little iffy about. Although I've gotten them to move on every turtle, but just if it doesn't want to move, maybe spend some time with the hairdryer and keep them in the freezer.
Yes.
Especially with a set like this, you do not want to break something.
No.
And then again, the
swivel at the
swivel the bicep,
upper
bicep.
Get the jointed elbow here.
Jointed elbow, and it's the Hasbro. It's the Elbro.
Yeah.
So it's side to side and up and down.
Yes. And then we've got our wrists, and they all come with extra hands.
They come with extra hands, and that's how you know. There's also there's a bend. The wrists can bend too. You got to look for the joints, but the wrists can bend.
Some of them can. Raphael's.
I'm sure.
Raphael's holding fists do not.
Maybe. Yeah, they all come with extra.
Raphael's his holding hands.
Yeah, it can. It moves up and down like that.
Moves up and down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's Leonardo's.
Yeah.
Now each turtle comes with a set of hands that match. I think they're all the same color. So in theory, you could mix and match all the different hands.
Yes.
But Leonardo is almost like a Spider-Man web thwipping kind of hand, would you say?
Yeah.
Pointing web thwip hand. Mikey, not surprisingly, is a
thumbs up. Yeah, he's got the thumbs up going on.
And we'll get to another thing that Mikey comes with in a second. Donnie's are like
flat.
Yeah, pimp slap hands.
Yeah, pimp slap hands.
Or high fives.
High fives would be good.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And then Raph's are just sort of grippy hands, but they're open grippy hands. If you notice, all the turtles have closed. Their thumbs are physically attached to the forefinger.
Yes.
Which ensures a better grip of the weapons. And
Raphael's grippy hands are for this pose.
See?
So Raphael's grippy hands are so he can hold his size.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, okay.
That's why they're...
Well, that's a very... there you go. That's why there's two of us.
Yes. Yes, yes. But the weapons here are pretty well done. Raph's size are kind of big.
They do seem a little largish.
They do seem a little largest, but that's okay. They are well done. Donnie here, of course, Donatello has his bow staff. Now, what's interesting here is like Raphael. We're used to seeing like the characters with the weapons holsters like on the front for Raph. Raph actually doesn't have any weapon holsters. I mean, technically, you could slide his size into the sides here, which works really well because there's space between the body, the inside body, and the belt.
I'm thinking. Let me look at Donnie. Yeah, Donnie doesn't. Oh, Donnie does. Donnie does, and Michelangelo have
slots for their
weapons in the back.
Donatello's got his classic slot in the back for his bow staff there, so that's really well done, really nice.
And then I don't want to push it too hard. I know it looks dumb, but whatever. You're not the one who paid all the money for these toys. So, but yeah, and Michelangelo has that little slot in the back for his swords too. All right, and then as we were saying, one of Mikey's. Oh. I'll put it over here, and then pizza box. The lid doesn't close, the pizza doesn't come out. But it's nice to have.
Here's an interesting thing with Donatello's staff is that it's actually 2 pieces.
I did not know that.
So technically, you could take the 2 pieces, and by sliding one part of the handle in into his backpack here, and then poke the other part and connect it, you can actually get Donatello's staff into his back holder there, which is kind of
probably do that with his hands too.
Yes.
So again, Michelangelo has a trick set of nunchucks. One of the nunchucks, the wood part comes out.
Yes.
And you attach it to this little special spinny disc, and then you put it in his hands. And it's like,
and he actually has that effect where he's spinning the nunchuck, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
The turtle figures here, I love. Of course, they're painted to appear pixelated, much like Neca.
Yeah, they've got a very pixel shading.
Has been very popular with lately with all their video game based figures. They've all kind of had this sort of pixelated paint job, whatnot, to represent how they looked in the video game. So it's kind of off putting at first, but it's very well done. It looks really neat. It looks really cool. I love the look of these figures. I think all of NECA's video game stuff they've done has been really tremendous. While I haven't really purchased any of it, honestly.
I have a lot of it. I have the Gremlins, Godzilla, Batman,
yes,
Aliens.
Dave does have quite a bit of it. The turtle figures are great in my mind. I love, the mouths all here are different. Like Donatello's got a closed mouth. Yeah. Michelangelo's got a grinning mouth, and his left side there you can see his teeth.
Yeah, he's kind of smirking on one side of his mouth.
Leonardo has the classic double grr kind of teeth going on, and then Raphael out of the right side of his mouth, you can see his little grin, his little teeth there. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Love the turtle figures. I think they're great. Some great display options here with the different hands, the way the hands can hold the weapons and all that stuff. Get to the foot soldiers. Now we get 3 separate. Oh God!
Oh no!
I knocked over the silver foot soldier. We get 3 different foot soldiers. In the villains box set here, and an assortment of different hands and weapons here.
Do you need an adult?
No, I'm good. Our hammer foot soldier here doesn't want to stand very well. We get the purple, the orange, and the silver foot soldiers here. The weapons are all interchangeable, so they can all hold different weapons. They all come with only 2 sets of hands. They come with a closed set, and they come with an open set, so they can hold their weapons. But the box set comes with a series of different weapons. It comes with the what I like to call the classic brain drain gun that kind of the vintage Crane came with. The foot soldiers in the game use this to shoot you. A pair of katana blades, a big old honkin' hammer, and I mean it is a big old honkin' hammer. I mean the hammer is huge.
That hammer does certainly honk.
Yes, it is a large scale hammer. I probably could have posed them so the hammer was being held over their head, but that would be rather difficult because it is a little bit of a heavy piece. This long bladed bow staff. I'm sure there's a name for it. I apologize. I don't know all of the ninjutsu weapons.
Yeah, there is a name for it.
But it is very cool. A little dagger, a little throwing dagger. So you can throw a little throwing dagger there, and then a stick of dynamite. Which they used in the game quite often. You would get dynamite thrown at you. Here, let me take the hammer out of the orange's hand. All the foot soldiers, they have the same articulations.
They're the same toy.
They're the same figure, just different paint jobs. Much like the turtles, they have the ball jointed head and can swivel at the neck. These guys actually can turn to the waist, but there's no waist pivot.
Good for them.
They've got shoulder movement here, so they can move again with, like Dave said, like with the turtles. It's kind of tight to get that joint to move out. Swivel bicep. They have They actually have double jointed elbows. Both sets of hands can move, so they can move up and down there and swivel. We get a cut. All the figures have their little skirts cut, so actually doesn't interfere with the articulation there. So we've got the upper hip movement. We've got the cut swivel at the top of the hip, so the legs can swivel there. Double jointed knees, which are nice. The boot here has a swivel cut, so it can swing left and right. And then we've got the rocker feet. So the feet can move all different ways there. And then the toes actually are jointed. So the toes on the foot soldiers and all the villains are actually jointed here, so you can actually get them like, gripping stuff with the toes and whatnot. So the foot soldiers I like are very cool. Again, that pixelated paint job, which is kind of neat. So, but again, of course, the video game characters, you're going to have that look. But great look for those characters. And then we get our classic villain leader Shredder here. The video game version of Shredder, which is kind of cool. His cape is very tattered, which I like. It's not a full cape.
They actually threaded the twist tie through it. The
holes, yeah. So you've got a very tattered cape here for Shredder. A very comic book appearance for Shredder. I imagine this is the same sculpt that they were going to release, because they were going to release a Shredder in their comic book series as well as a foot soldier. So I'm guessing these are probably the sculpts they already had lying around from many years ago of these figures, and they just probably added some extra articulation to them. But Shredder has the same articulation as all the other characters. The head here is really well done and jointed. The shoulders move. The shoulder pads here can move as well a little bit. All the blades here are soft rubber, so there's no chance of them hurting anyone. But Shredder looks really cool. I like the look of Shredder. I like this.
I don't know if you can see it, but his eyes are just basically like little
black,
rectangular.
rectangular black sections, basically.
Yes.
So very well done. And then Shredder, of course, comes with a pair of. He's got his closed hands, but he also has a pair of holding hands, so he too could. Even though I don't think in the game he used any weapons against the turtles, it was just he fought Shredder, but he could hold the knife or hold the gun or any of the weapons, the swords. He actually does come with a weapon, though. He comes with a little, at least package near him in the box. It's probably not for him. You can use it for one of the other foot soldiers, but he has a little throwing star that any of the characters can hold. Little yellow throwing star there.
No, only Shredder.
Only Shredder. So, but the throwing star actually does have sharp edges. So it is a little bit of
oh good.
Ow, yeah. But heck, he could hold the big hammer, which is pretty cool though. So great set of figures though, man. A really cool set of figures. I mean, the guns are all, while the figures themselves are pixelated, the guns do have pixelated paint on them. They're very well detailed. Like the hammer is two-tone pixelated, cool looking, and the gun themselves, the blade here, of course, isn't as pixelated, but it's a nice looking two-tone paint job there. So great detail and great assortment of character and weapons for these two box sets. You fool! Haha! Get Shredder to stand back up. There we go. Oh, boo. There you go, guys. There's our look at the two San Diego Comic-Con box set exclusives from NECA of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles based on the arcade game. Now, of course, you missed your chance to get these. Unfortunately, if you did go to San Diego Comic-Con, you're out of luck. You could probably find them from other dealers on eBay, but I know at the moment of this recording, these sets were going upwards of a couple $100 a piece.
Yeah. Well, they were $100 a pop to begin with.
So, and then some people are $100 or adding $200 to that price tag. So they're pretty pricey. But if you get a chance, you can find a set for affordable. They're well worth it. They're very cool figures. It's a very cool set. They're beautifully done. I'm sure Dave is going to display all of them somewhere.
Most of them. I don't know about a couple of the foot soldiers, but everybody else will get somewhere.
Yeah. So great figures, and here's to hoping NECA can make some more turtle stuff in the future. More than likely, as we said before, it'll probably all be Comic-Con exclusives or some kind of con exclusives, because it's the only way they're allowed to make turtle figures. So hopefully we get some more somewhere down the road. But make sure you check out NECA. You can follow them on Twitter, follow them on Facebook. They'll show off and tell any news first, so you'll hear it from them first when they announce if they can do other things. There's lots of other turtle stuff they're doing. They're doing the big 1/18th scale figures, the big quarter scale figures. Yeah. They're doing figures of all four of the movie Turtles from the first Turtles film in the 90s. So at least they're doing some turtle stuff and some great stuff. So make sure you check that out. Gang, check us out. Go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder. Hit subscribe. Mash the like button. Don't really mash it. We'll knock over our scene. Check out what we have there to offer. So much there to check out. So make sure you do that. Subscribe today. Check us out on ToyWorldOrder.com. Subscribe to the podcast, Damon DeWall's Toys and Collectibles, and Married to the Collection. And check out what we have there to offer as well. And gang, that's all from us. And until next time,
keep playing with your toys.
Take care, guys. We'll see you again real soon. I want to play with them, but we'll knock over all the coolness we put together.
I know.
So we'll just sit here and look at them.
We'll just sit here and admire our handiwork. Except for that one guy's foot, which is unnatural.
That's an unnatural. It was the only way I could get him to stand.
Tisk.
So yeah. I would not win any awards for articulated comic book art. That's for sure. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna ruin it.
Nope, got it.
All right, cool.
Nailed it.
See you next time, guys.
Rah, rah.
Oh. Bye, guys.